The Chicago Bears schedule has been released, and I know I'm late to the party, but I have to make a video about this, going over my thoughts on the current matchups and what our potential outlook is going to be when it comes to our record. But what's up, guys? Welcome back to Soulback Sports. I'm Soulback with another video, and I know I haven't been posting a lot recently, but I'm trying to get as much content to you guys as possible. So if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. It really helps me create content like this for you guys. So please subscribe. And going into this season, you have a lot of expectations for Caleb specifically, and not only him, but the team as well, with how it's been built through the draft and how, you know, it's been built on the defense and offensive side. So let's take a quick look at the schedule of this upcoming season. So starting off, we start the season very peculiarly with the Tennessee Titans as our matchup. Yes, you heard me that correctly, because Tennessee is not in our division, and we're facing a lot of AFC South teams from the get go. Following that with the Houston Texans, the Colts, with only one home game in the 3 game span. Then we follow it up with 2 games, which are the LA Rams and the Carolina Panthers. The London game is happening a lot sooner than I imagined, but week 6 is a pretty solid week to have a London game and get it over with as soon as possible, and even potentially going into the bye week at week 7. And then you go into Washington and Arizona away. 3 home games stretch with the Patriots, Packers, and Vikings. The Lions, Niners, the Vikings again, and then we finish off the season with the Packers. But before that, we have the Lions and the Seahawks. And yes, I just essentially reiterated the entire schedule, but overall, each matchup, I think this matchup and the schedule that's been made is not the most glamorous one. I will be real. Like when I saw this and I saw the matchups like a couple of weeks ago or months ago, like it didn't struck me as the most interesting out of them all. Yes, there are some really good matchups like, Texans, the Colts, the San Francisco 49ers, the Packers are, but that's just their divisional game. So at the end of the day, it really all depends on, what this team will do with the talent that we have and how we can face, the teams that are in front of us. And I think this is a relatively pretty nice schedule for Caleb to start his career in Chicago. Because if you look at the matchups really closely, you'll see that Carolina, you'll have to face them week 4, wait, no, week 5, excuse me, and then you have the Titans in game 1. Game 1 is going to be, the Titans aren't necessarily a great team, but they have improved a lot in the draft. And I got to give them credit where credit is due, because they did a great job this draft given the limited space. But the real question mark for the Titans is Will Levis. And I think the Chicago Bears are going to take advantage of, having better wide receiver core, having, a relatively decent offensive line now. Defense is going to be great. I don't see that this is going to be a big Caleb Williams confidence booster. But then we have 2 games, I would say the best AFC South teams back to back, because you have the Texans, you have the Colts, and both teams have very drastically improved. The Texans specifically in the offseason so far, with notable acquisitions for the Texans being like Daniil Hunter, Stephon Diggs, etc., etc. So that's going to pose a challenge. The only real easy matchup I would see is in the first 6 weeks is the Panthers and the Titans. So it's going to be in a very rough stretch in the beginning, but then I think after the bye week, when everything settles, I think it will be good, because you have the Commanders, you have the Cardinals. Cardinals have improved a little bit, and they'll definitely improve with Kyler Murray. But then you have the Patriots as well, so that should be a relatively better stretch of games. Then Packers and Vikings back to back. Packers, Vikings, and Lions, 3 divisional games back to back is going to be a rough stretch. The Niners are also going to be a rough stretch as well. But I still think that we have a good shot at each team if everything goes to plan. And I'm saying barring injuries, barring things, because everything happens, like you can't always predict this, but in a vacuum, in you know the grand scheme of things, I think that this team can manage to win against the Titans, can manage potentially to win against the Colts if everything goes to plan. I still think the Colts are a better coach team, but you never know with our talent. Rams, I don't know, but it could be a toss up. A lot of these games are toss ups, I feel, and Niners are definitely going to be a tough one because they don't have Trey Lance, and we beat them with Trey Lance. So now they have Brock Purdy, and it's going to be a little bit more tough. But I think by that point you're going to be all right. Seahawks, I think, are going to be a little bit um, relatively easy, but not too easy at the same time because you have Mike McDonald, and you have a rebuilding roster of like, or not rebuilding, that's the wrong word, like an improved roster too. All right, enough about other teams. What do I think the Chicago Bears are going to do? Well, it's really hard to say because this team could be really good, or they could be mediocre to start off because of growing pains for Caleb Williams going into the season. Could be very well that as and you know I think that Caleb is going to have enough of a support system, enough of the ability to create plays, make plays, and given the offseason and given the weapons he has, I think he's going to be fine. And I don't see why he wouldn't have a problem when it comes to you know building his career off with this season and utilizing the weapons he has. Anyways, my final prediction, I think that okay, let's go through each of the teams. Titans, I see as a win. Texans, I see as a loss. I'm gonna say Colts is actually a win, but it's a very close game. Rams, I think it's gonna be a loss because I feel like Matt Stafford and Sean McVay can be counted out, and they recently got Jared Verse, so it could be very good. Panthers win, easy win. Jaguars could be tough, but I think we can easily pull it out. Bye week, in the bye week we win obviously, but Commanders, I think we have a good shot to win. Excuse me, the Cardinals um could be interesting, but I think we can win that game. Patriots could be definitely a win. Packers, I think at home is our best shot. So I'm just gonna say like this: we're gonna split the series, and we win against the Packers at home, but then we lose away. So I'll get to that. Vikings at home, we win. I think Detroit away is gonna be tough. We almost won in Detroit away, but I think their team has improved a lot. So I think we're gonna lose away. And the Niners, I think we're gonna get bounced by the Niners. Um, the Vikings, I think we're going to. I think it's a win. I think it should be a win this time because I think we could sweep the Vikings this time. And at home, the against the Lions and the Seahawks, we both win. And then the Packers, I think we lose that game. So I think that all in all, I think with all the predictions I've made, this is early predictions. All right, my prediction will definitely grow over the course of the off season, and this is just an overreaction as well. I think that the Bears could potentially go 11-6, but that could change down the line. So this is just my instant reaction. I think that the schedule is a little bit wonky this year. um, you do have some marquee matchups. I do like that, but I think most of the marquee matchups are away. You do face a bunch of rookie quarterbacks in Caleb's class, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the schedule. Do you love it? Do you hate it? You're just indifferent about it. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.